All right, let's hop right to it, huh? So we're trying out some blue-green flash today. I saw this list floating around, and it looks kind of sweet. At the top end of our curve here, we've got Torrential Gearhulk, which flashes back instants, along with Sublime Epiphany here, which is a very expensive instance with some very powerful effects. So counter a spell, counter an activated or triggered ability, return something to its owner's hand, create a token that's got the creature you control, draw a card. So basically, you can Gearhulk Sublime Epiphany to counter a spell, draw a card, bounce stuff, do a bunch of things, and copy your Gearhulk to then get, you know, if there's a second Sublime Epiphany, you can get more Gearhulks. You could flash back a Growth Spiral. You can also, we've got Rewind here. As a 4-mana spell, counter a spell, untap up to 4 target lands. So you can flash back Rewind to make your Gearhulk effectively cost 2. You can play out Nightpack Ambusher after you Rewind. Based on the curve of this deck, I have to imagine that our matchup against things like Gruul is probably pretty bad. But we also have a bunch of Aether Gust here in the sideboard to help with that. I love the inclusion of Blast Zone in this mana base. I think this card, as well as Ratchet Bomb, are sweet tools to be able to interact with, like Cat Oven and other problem permanents that could resolve past your counter magic that you otherwise wouldn't be able to deal with. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see if this is reasonable or not. Yeah, much bigger flash deck, right? Like, people normally say flash and you think of like these decks that are super low to the ground. And this one goes way up high on the curve. How many lands are in this deck? I think it's like 29. Alright, I guess this is keepable because this is technically a land. Williams, thank you for the 25 months. I really appreciate the support. Welcome back. Hey, that's a sick draw. So if we hit running lands here, we get to go... Alright, next card needs to be a land, chat. It would be great to be able to turn 3 Rewind Nightpack. Nah, Party Bus just really isn't a competitive thing anymore, Time Lord. It, like, already struggled to be competitive, and then, it already struggled to be competitive, and then it got, man, that's brutal. I guess I just pass. Growth Spiral. And then it lost Agent of Treachery because of Luca. This is where the magic happens, chap. This is it right here. This is the magic. Chunky Flash seems fun until you don't curve out. I mean, all Magic decks are about curving out. So, what's the actual land count? I thought I remember looking at this deck and going, hey, that's a deck that I don't have to add lands to, if I recall. It's actually, if I'm not lying, that's one of the reasons why I decided to play it. I was like, oh look, the person that built this deck put enough lands in it. Yeah, it's 29. It's 27 plus 2 disruption. Yeah. Oh wow, they took my cantrip. That's greedy. Nailed it. Your move, Yugi boy. You know, honestly... It's like send that back from whence it came. Azcanta's a little worrying here. Does deck want Botanical Sanctums over some of the harbors? No, I don't think so. You want your 4th and 6th lands to be coming into play untapped pretty badly. I think we just let this happen and then play Nightpack Ambusher, right? Jojo, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And L, thank you for the entire year. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. So Nightpack Ambusher, for people that didn't play on this card, was in standard. So 4/4 for 4 gives other wolves and werewolves you control +1/+1. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't cast a spell this turn, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. And we, our deck is not particularly excited about casting spells on our own turn. Yep, gotta counter that one. Alright, if we hit an untapped land next turn, we're going to be in a pretty good spot, right? Sure. Need that land real bad here. Oh, I think that's probably the game. I'm honestly surprised how long we were in this, considering how badly we stumbled at the start. Alright, we could hit a Quench. This Twitch stream was pre-recorded in front of a live audience, chat. Live audience Twitch stream. So, you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright, sick. Negates in, disputes in. Huh. You know, honestly, maybe we don't need negates and disputes in this sideboard. Our main deck's pretty set up for a matchup like this, huh? Maybe we trim Shark Typhoon. Like Typhoon and Brazen Borrower. I wonder if that's cutting too low on threats. Trim a Quench because we're bringing in other counter spells a little bit more. Hit a little bit harder. Grapple. Thanks for sticking around. Good morning. Morning, Maddie. Oh, so you're my good luck charm today, Matt? Does that mean I'm gonna draw lands this game? Look at this hand. Nice. Tapped castle, play this, puts this into play untapped. We're gonna hit 4 lands in 4 turns this game, chat. What is that? Oh gosh, we're gonna hit 4 lands in 3 turns this game, chat. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Do 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 do. Oh, we drew the rewind too. Insert record scratch noise here. And now if they don't play into our counter magic, we get to just activate Castle. I think I want to negate this, so this way if they try and counter me back, I can fight over it with Quench. If they had like a dispute or something there. I really prefer they not get into my hand. Wow! Alright, well, let's try and hit some land drops here. Our opponent's also stumbling, I guess. Poker face, poker face. My. I did, Kaiser. Maybe we'll do some. Maybe we'll have to start doing some predictions on the channel. Morning, same as. Normally people buy me dinner before they stroke me, opponent. Wow, they double omened and they're still missing land drops? It's wild. Predictions will make everyone a shillionaire. Yes, exactly. You gonna stroke me again? Man, it's been so long since I've cast the card Rewind. Forgot how gassed that card is. You know, actually, I think there's a bunch of cards at the bottom of my deck I wouldn't mind drawing at this point. So, I think we actually put the passage up top and shuffle some of this stuff back in. To be fair, Twitch predictions are like more fair than most gambling because with Twitch predictions, their house isn't taking a cut, I don't believe. Wow, this turn is disgusting. We get to rewind their Yarshan and then play Nightpack Ambusher? That's gross. That's super gross. Just like counter both your spells, put 9 power into play. My turn? Alright, good. Good chat. I don't know if this deck is good, chat, but it definitely elicits feelings. That's what I'm looking for, chat. I just want to feel something, okay? King's Cringe, thanks for the follow. Good morning and welcome to the channel. Bad feelings. Listen, chat, they were playing Yorion. I'm clearly the good guy in the game you just witnessed. It was funny. I was making a list of cards I wanted to see in future historic anthologies, and Vendilion Click is definitely number one. Numero uno. Ooh, I bet this is gonna be tough. This looks like mono red. Nightpack Ambusher on 4 with Rewind is probably one of our better starts. Ideally, we would like Growth Spiral here, but beggars shan't be choosers. I haven't been super keeping up on spoilers. You know what? Maybe I'm supposed to bounce this because it'll light up the stage. I don't know, the value of getting to bounce something more expensive is pretty high. Ooh, I would love the Fairy Conclave land cycle. Yeah, Treetop Village, Fairy Conclave would both be great. Well, we're gonna get Corsair Crew Fix eventually. Again, remember, when you talk about cards you want to see in Historic, you should never talk about cards that are Pioneer legal, because Pioneer is coming. But like, when I talk about cards I want to see added to Historic, I explicitly try to focus on things that we're not guaranteed to get at some point. Like Vendilion Click. Ugh. When your Shark Typhoon gets to eat their creature, chat, is there a more delicious feeling? Yeah, there's a ton of sweet black-white removal in this set. Huh, it actually feels like we're not just dead here. Like, they're gonna play a spell this turn, we're gonna rewind it, we're gonna Nightpack Ambusher them. Yeah, actually, it would be really sweet if when we get a Shadows over Innistrad remaster, if they, like, sneak in some OG Innistrad cards. Like Lingering Souls and Delver. I don't know that Spellstutter Sprite would actually be that good or playable in this format, Jerry. Sprite's actually like, I actually have sitting here on my table next to me. I have a framed Spellstutter Sprite that's gonna go up on my wall at some point when I figure out where I want to put it in my home eventually. But this card's like pretty metagame dependent, if that makes sense. So like, your format needs to look a pretty particular way in order for that card to be super playable. Are you playing a sweet bad tempo deck again? We're playing a sweet good tempo deck. Yeah, I will only ask because it's your favorite card, and I want to see you bang your head against the wall trying to make it good. Your misery is my entertainment. Truer words. They have Pillar of Flame. This block is kind of awkward, but like, if that hits me and then they pillar my face, like, I'm probably not winning the race anyways. So while that feels bad a little bit, I think it's a play I have to make. Probably just cracking this blast zone, right? As much as that feels kind of bad to do with all these 6-drops in my hand, I think I need to kill these, right? Yeah, but then they get to activate Grim Lavamancer, right? Is that worthwhile? I don't really want them to kill my shark. It's a close call. I think I'm supposed to deny them the Lavamancer activation. Aragon, thank you for the 19 months. Welcome back. And you'll light up the stage. Really want to draw another untapped land here. Alright, and we're dead. We would have drawn a land there. We could have Sublime Epiphany to send this back to their hand and leave it stranded. Man, we were so close here. Now the problem is we're going to have to try and win a game on the draw, and I'm not sure that that's possible for our deck. Winning a game on the draw here seems real tough. Man, maybe I am supposed to just keep the land up. The Gearhulk, rewind the skewer there, and then pop it. I get to shrink my Gearhulk by 2 with the Lavamancer, or hit me for 2. So close. Definitely the way things played out with the Incinerator and me not hitting a land, it would have worked out better. I don't know, if either of their cards had been a land in hand, we end up better off with my line. They were definitely due to have a 4th land at some point, or if we'd drawn a 7th land. Not amazing. Is amazing if we draw a green source next turn. But I think it's keepable with a cantrip and an Aether Gust. This is one of our better cards this Magic for sure. Agent Blue, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. For keeping me around. Yeah, the opponent's archetype, for people that haven't seen it, this is like the established mono red deck in this format. The opponent's deck is a thing. So the problem with Pulsa Barasa is you have to have a target in the bin for it to work. Which is like not something you're always guaranteed to have. Time you out! I live to please, basically. Instincts for 17 months. Opponent is, though, if you're bringing it in. But, like, gaining 6 and giving them a creature back is like probably a wash. All right, I'll gain 6. Have your threat back. Nailed it. Wow, you have to block again too? That's great. Okay. Yeah, no joke. This deck could potentially... So, like, here's the thing, though. So, like, the people that are, like, watching this game and, like, what Twitch chat is doing right now is very typical Twitch chat, bad deck building, not how you should approach things in general. Like, you're looking at this game that I'm playing right now at this very minute, and you're, like, trying to figure out how to sideboard against the deck we're currently playing against, when, like, in reality, this is gonna be, like, 1 out of, you know, a dozen matches, if that. Like, Historic is super varied, and, like, you shouldn't sideboard against just the deck you're playing against, and, like, the random miscellaneous life gain cards people are suggesting, in general, aren't going to be very good in this format. Yeah, I don't think we beat Double Incinerator here. 12 power on turn 4 is pretty good. Yeah, I don't think Pulse, and even in this matchup, right? I don't think Pulse of Barasa or anything like that's going to impact a game like that, right? Close game 1, not a particularly close game 2 there. Yeah, Maelstrom Pulse would have helped. Man, this 29 land deck is not... Come on, deck, I believe in you. 27 lands in here. Give me a couple of them. 6 mana spell, yep. Feels like magic. This opponent's ready for the mono. This opponent's ready for the mono reds shit. Alright, Torrential Gearhulk. Well, I mean, you know. Alright, I'm pulling out the Hyper Geo. How unlucky am I? 53, 27. 2 cards. This is 1. Okay, so we are 95% to hit a 3rd land by turn 4 like we are on here with this deck. As a turn early on my Gearhulk call out, yeah. Alright, I mean, honestly, those 2 draws here could let us win this game. Nier's been really good. We just started the last playthrough. We just got to 2-8 at the end of yesterday's session. Yeah, 12 mana worth of plays on 4 lands is like Dece plus. Come on, activate your angel. Oh, yeah. Things you love to see, chat. Man, the rewinds have been really impressive. The rewinds have, like, looked real good. Alright, so if I flash this in, this is at the beginning of the end step. So we're already in the end step, so I can play this and they won't trigger this. Rewind is cheating. It does feel kind of like cheating in a way. Having a good one, Lucas. Good morning. I don't know if the deck that we're playing is good, but it's definitely sweet. That's unfortunate. Do it again, I swear. How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, old man? Come on, untapped land. Untapped land. Nailed it. How much damage have we done this game? Yes. I found a piece of candy. I don't think I'm supposed to crack that, right? I think we're just supposed to hold up Torrential Gearhulk. Sublime Epiphany, your sword trigger is a heck of a play. It really is. Nice, nice. I like it, I like it. That was a good time. The best part about that game was they gained so much life we got to attack with all of our sweet things for a while. Ratchet Bomb looks baller here. What are we sideboarding out? Shark Typhoon probably doesn't block particularly well. Yeah, I like it. Just a purr. Thank you for the year and a half. Did I tag you at the timeout? I might have missed it, and I feel bad now. Oh, I did. I got it. I got it. That was almost 10 minutes ago, so you should be back here momentarily. In Temple Garden, do we consider Cage? I really don't like bringing in Cage for just company. Because, like, their deck doesn't, like, draw any cards. Like, there's a very real chance that they, like, never draw Collected Company. We're supposed to keep hands like this. Obviously, we could never draw another spell and die, but... Quench on the draw is actually pretty good in this matchup, because their deck's about powerful 3-drops, so, like, they go to play a 3-drop, we get to play Quench. Authority of the Council, sure. I will respect your authority. The Sphinx! Thank you for the 19 months, welcome back. Have a thirst that only you can quench, opponents. Yeah, Rewind's been absurd. Truly, truly absurd. Red Rover, let Soul Warden over. Oh no! The Council got us, chat! What's Authority doing in their deck? Obviously preventing them from getting ambushed. I did not respect their authority. Gonna take the pass here, because if I play this, there's a good chance they tap out for company. And I'd rather, like, hit the land and be able to Gearhulk counter their company. Do I want to crack this on 1, or do I want to crank it up to 3? I think I kind of want to crank it up to 3. I guess I could leave it where it's at. Like, why do I care about this card, chat? This card's not very good against us. And, like, their 3s are really good. Guess I leave this back to not take chip shots. Excuse me? Deal. Yeah, killing Borrower is fine if it's like killing a bunch of their stuff, chat. And then we copy the Sublime Epiphany, we bounce this, we copy this, we draw another card. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. That's something. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Are we the baddies, chat? There are 4 Torrential Gearhulks in my historic deck. I am not the bad man. I am the hero of this story. There are no cats. There are no ovens. I feel like I'm supposed to mulligan this against Luris. Brazen Borrower or bounce spells ideal here. Yeah, this is fine. I think we bottom this. Sad as it is. Like to form the crest of future pulls, this is blue-green thick flash so we can distinguish it from shitter flash. I would bet this matchup's hard too, yeah. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Comic Cry, thank you for the absurdly generous tier 3 and for the 16 months. Welcome back. Hey, I'm gonna concede this matchup. I think we're probably close to 0% here. The Enchantments deck is probably, honestly, I think the Enchantments deck, it's not even I think, the data shows the Enchantments deck is more polarizing than Cat of it even. It's not a pleasant gameplay experience. In all honesty, I think the Enchantments deck might actually be more polarizing than Bogle's even was in Modern. Huh? Could be right to mulligan this. I'm gonna lead on Island into Pathway. Because if we draw lands, I probably want this to be a spell. And if we draw spells, I can play this tapped on turn 3. Okay. So, Nightpack. Get to shock this in for not only the bluff values, but to make a 1/1. Do you think you're gonna kill me before I get to cast these Gearhulks, opponent? Because so far, your start would imply that that's not the case. Don't mind me. I'll just be over here hitting my land drops, working towards my 6-mana spells. Yeah, you murder that shark. You do it. Stomp it dead. Yeah, some mid-rangey Mardu over there. Marduki. Is Mardu good? I always feel like Mardu is a meme like Grixis. It's not. Yeah, it's definitely meme adjacent, dude. I don't know that we're cracking this anytime soon, but I'm gonna start pushing it up. Probably leaving it on 3 here until we see what other threats they're playing is likely reasonable. Aggressive, a little defensive. I don't know that I can sit there and take hits from that. I end up getting burned out at some point. Quench doing its best mana leak impersonation here. Our lack of decent things to flashback here feels bad. It's not bad. So, our opponent is almost assuredly sitting on removal. No, I bottomed the Epiphany on the mulligan. No, that was a different game. So, the growth spiral here means that this Torrential Gearhulk gets to cantrip this turn. Our opponent's also flooding, but I would bet, based on looking at their deck, their hand's full of removal at the moment. I don't know that we beat a Croxa here. And this is the tough part about being an answer deck, right? Now, the things our opponent has aren't things that our answers line up into. But I suppose we could spike an Epiphany off the top here. That would let us bounce the Croxa. Brazen Borrower could work too, but... yeah, I think That's the game. This is a Quench out matchup. It drawing dead as the game goes long feels real bad like we saw there. Aether Gust sounds like a great Crux answer. I posted on Twitter last night, so if you follow me on Twitter, you already saw this. My wife just messaged me about it again, so I'm going to vent here on stream as well. I learned last night, or my wife, Christy, actually discovered that apparently when we signed in to my children's school district Google accounts on our personal computers back last year when we started remote learning, they automatically installed a browser extension on our computers that includes a keylogger. Which was a fun thing to discover and scrub off our computers and then start sending emails and contacting other people. Who did that? My children's school district. Yeah, we are in the process of contacting people at the district and a technology lawyer. It is a huge breach. I gotta double check and make sure if we clicked agree to anything at the start to agree to that, but how'd you discover that? My wife closed my son's Chrome instance and Windows popped up a notification saying, hey, this Chrome extension is still running in the background. You know how Chrome does that? If it's gonna leave something running in the background, that popped up in the corner. What's a keylogger is something that records all of your keystrokes. So for example, I go to discover.com to log into my credit card, and then I type my username, and then I type my password. This piece of software has recorded the website I've typed in, the username I've typed in, the password I've typed in. This stream is not sponsored or endorsed by Discover, but Discover, if you're out there, it certainly could be. But decks are Grafdigger's Gauge 4, mostly the Cat Oven decks.
Glad to be here. Your problems are my profits.
I mean, I use a password manager. It was funny. Someone commented on my Twitter post about it last night, saying that they run IT for a K through 12 school district, and when remote learning started, their school's lawyers told them that they weren't allowed to install the program that was automatically installed on my computer. Because that should be a big no-no, putting something like that on people's personal devices. I understand if they want to put stuff like that on school-owned devices. I just hardcast this, right? Actually, I probably just want to cycle this, huh? We actually don't have that many spells to trigger this. I'd rather just have the guaranteed threat. Kadar, thanks for the 44 months. What password manager do I use? I just use Chrome. Google has a password manager built into it, chat. Passwords.google.com. Google Password Manager is super convenient. I think I have to mulligan this because both my lands are tapped. I guess we're on the draw and I can spike an untapped land. I hate mulliganing against Thoughtseize decks. Nice, perfect. So now this fetches Island and both of these are untapped. Thanks for the follow, Celtic, by the way, if you're still here. Welcome to the channel. It's a nice pickup. Spike a green land here. Get to drop that into play. That's super annoying. So, my kids actually have a 3-day weekend this weekend. They give the kids off Friday for Easter weekend, basically. They don't say it's for Easter weekend because of religious stuff, but it's for Easter weekend. Well, I mean, like, so, like, all the things that software does, Swift, is the type of crap a school district wants on the computers that the school district controls. So, like, for the record, and I mentioned this on Twitter too, I don't think someone installed the software that got installed for malicious purposes. I would wager significant amounts of money that what happened was this is just the software they use on their school computers, and this is the software they use on their school computers, and they rushed and they pushed the same software stack out to everybody at home when they suddenly had people logging in from their home devices for remote learning. It doesn't change the fact that it shouldn't have happened, that it's an incredible breach of trust, and there's room for abuse there if someone wants to be malicious with it. Yes, most security breaches are caused by people seeking convenience, not malicious intent. Alright, I'm gonna play it 3-1. Yeah, correct. It's attached to the way they have their Google accounts configured, so any account that logs in. They pushed their thing in response, which meant that it went back to my hand and then they exiled it. Easter holiday, the one where if Jesus sees his shadow, we get 6 more weeks of winter. Zombie Jesus Day. Yeah, that was what we called it growing up. Zombie Jesus Day. It's a little windy in here, chat. Stop! Wiggle with it. And now because I have Castle Vantress, I get to scry here too. It's kind of gross. They're stuck on 4, so this could probably counter something. Usually arena patches happen 50 minutes from now, Kid Martian. So if it's a normal patch, it'll happen about an hour. This deck's been gas. Torrential Gearhulk's such a fun card. You like my F2K in my my flannel pants chat? Pants? I like pants. Just be comfortable, chat. Staunch shield, mate. Oh, they had dwarf deck? No. Tribal 1-drops? You do, Zap Brannigan. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Come on, play a Loxodon for me to quench. Oh, yeah. I'm thirsty, chat. An elephant is the only cure. I'm so thirsty out here in the desert. Loco says, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Oh, BT Dubs. I haven't plugged in at all today. I'm so bad at shilling. Sign-ups are open for the next Hoglandia Open. I tweeted it and I put it in the subs Discord, but if you're someone that knows you're gonna play in the Open, you can sign up on Melee now. We drew another green source, so I can fetch an island here, so this comes into play untapped later. Our opponent is now clueless, chat. I did 4 recounts yesterday for the green-black counters deck, and I can confirm it's still trash. Wait, what? This gives your dwarves 1 attack? That's so busted. I gotta eat this. This gives them a chance to kill this with sorcery speed removal, but I can't just take like 10 here. I'm really hoping to untap with this. There's a good chance it dies. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I can just crack Blast Zone here. That's a good thought. Yeah, I like that idea. Man, that's sick too. Opponent's brew is sweet. Kill a treasure token here.
Our evil cannot withstand a righteous heart.
Are we dead? I think we're dead, right? So I can Gearhulk. Yeah, I have 2 blockers and I can bounce 1 thing, so we're dead, right? Man. This close. Yeah, I think the turn I played the Nightpack and I could have Blast Zone. I think the Blast Zone was better. That was that's a good catch. Yeah, opponent's build is sweet. Some sweet synergies. Probably want this actually. Quench is probably not great. Yeah, I think we probably end up better off there if I crack the Blast Zone. We end up plus life, and then maybe my Nightpack Ambusher gets to live and make a token. If my Nightpack Ambusher makes even a single token, we end up in a much better spot. Well, you actually haven't sent... Oh, I did miss it. Man, I don't know what it is. I'm just completely off it, Moldy. Thanks for the welcome back. Sorry about that. I'm catching some of them. I don't know, chat. There's a lot going on. I'm lucky I catch what I catch. It's nothing personal, I promise. No, I get it. I apologize. It's not me picking out. I'm just making it clear that it's not me picking out people that I dislike or skipping certain ones. I'm just scattered and missing things. Let's actually hold on to this. So we can cycle and ambush this Toolcraft next turn. They could play an artifact here, but the upside of being able to grab this in combat is huge. This is probably the make or break turn. I guess if we hit a, they don't elephant us this turn, we could be okay. If they elephant us, we're probably dead. Feels like they have an elephant. Oh. Our deck's playing 29 lands, so like, it's hard. It's hard to really say there was much we could do differently there. We kept a 2-lander, but like we had a cantrip with our 29 land deck, so yeah, it's just how Magic is. You lose a lot of games you have no control over. Was a good interesting game 1. It wasn't even just like 29 lands 2-lander, it was 29 lands 2-lander cantrip. Like the just 2-lander is definitely like, you know, you're 25% to miss with just a 2-lander. See chat, deck's busted. That's true. If you want to guarantee your land drops, I would recommend playing Treasure Flare. Treasure Flare is the one to guarantee it. Penumbra, thank you for the entire year of support. I appreciate the 12 months. Welcome back. No, Treasure Flare. Treasure Hunt is a very bad deck that you're not going to win many matches of Magic with. Treasure Flare is a deck that looks like a meme that's actually quite reasonable. Is this the same person we played against 2 games ago? Hey, happy birthday, Jeff. Toolcraft into the Red Dwarf is like pretty good. Right on time, Growth Spiral. Welcome to the party. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna let this stomp resolve. I'd rather quench the Bone Crusher Giant when they cast it, because it uses their mana up for the turn. Main, thank you for the almost 4 years support. Hope you're doing well wherever you're at. Inquisition of Cosmic Trigger Null Hydrox. No. That's not a legal selection. Well, opponent's down to 12. Thanks, JW. Rita, thank you for the 14 months. Welcome back. I don't think I want to lose this Ambusher to a Stomp, so I'm just going to go ahead and play it at end step as opposed to flashing it and attempting to block. We might just die to this Heart of Korean. That's going on, Gab. We die in 4 to this. Yeah, this Crew's Heart. Very, very solid synergy between these two. Gearhulk's been great. This deck's been sweet. We're crewing with the one that can block. It's an interesting choice. Do we just try and kill them? I mean, if I attack, they're trading their heart for my Nightpack Ambusher, and it's not close. So I'm not sure how you... Like, the question you need to ask there isn't, do we try to kill them? The question is, do we want to trade Nightpack for Heartocran? To which I think the answer is no. Happy to have a discussion about why you think that answer is yes, but... Oh, you just missed the heart. Yeah. Yeah, Heartocran was the reason why I didn't attack. This is a fantastical draw here, obviously. We have exactly... Oh, we have 8 mana, so we could, like, bounce, flash in, cast this. We'll wait for them to crew before we bounce it, so that way they use up their creature a little bit. More an Abyssal. Now, if only the rest of the Gearhulks could get on Blue's power level. Green and black Gearhulk saw play in Standard. Red's probably the worst of the bunch. I played Red in Legacy a couple of times. Yeah, Cataclysmic Gearhulk saw... Someone asked me a second ago what was the worst creature I'd ever played in Kiki Cord. I don't think Cataclysmic Gearhulk applies there, but I've definitely registered that card in that deck. Wait, with this play, are they just dead to the Borrower? Oh, they're gonna recast the heart.
Today's
Got it.
my lucky day.
Okay, so they're dead to a bounce spell. Great. Hey, Captain Markov. Thanks for the prime. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at.
I am out of here.
Walking Ballista is actually a pretty reasonable design. All things considered. I don't think I find that one particularly offensive. It mostly doesn't exist because of its ability to combo. How do they crew Heart that turn? Heart can crew by removing a loyalty counter from a planeswalker you control. Alright, so we're dead to another unlicensed disintegration. But we don't have any way to play around that anyways, so kill me. Definitely scrying it upkeep. I have to pass here, right? which sucks. Yeah, because if I attack, they crew the heart, and then they kill me on the backswing. So, like, dead to a stiff breeze here, but pass is definitely the play. Stomp, Chandra, Bone Crusher, Giant, and License Disintegration. All of these things end bad for us. Yep. New pig. Alright, so Wilt is great, obviously. Ratchet Bomb seems good. Aether Gust is good enough. It's like good enough as a couple of. We trim Quench in a matchup like this that plays the board a lot. One thing that's felt a touch awkward in this list is while Gearhulk's insane with Epiphany, it feels like we're definitely a little bit light on good things for Gearhulk to get with 4 of them. Like, we've had a few games now where, like, when we don't have Epiphany, our Gearhulk just, like, looks kind of awkward, doesn't have anything to flash back. Attack with 1 was fine because we died to a creature anyways. No, I wasn't dead to a 3-power creature. Yeah. Right, maybe an attack was fine and we're just like fine dying to any planeswalker or 3-power creature. Probably not. I think I'd rather take the Scry. I think I like holding them back. Morning D20. This is pretty reasonable. We're on the play here, which makes Disruption a bit better. With 4 other lands, it's definitely a spell this game. Play a harder Korean for me. Yeah, I think Quench is pretty important to not die. Swift. We're supposed to do this. Like, obviously this comes back eventually, but like countering this turn keeps this from hurting. Yeah, the problem is always cuts, chat. Like there's a ton of reasonable cards we could play to solve the problem I just talked about, but the big question is always, of course, what issues are we creating by making that change? I feel like what's it called? Oh, you know what? I should Growth Spiral there because I could hit. Oh, I boarded my Quenches out. I feel like it's like Shark Typhoon's probably the only card we can trim. Maybe that could be reasonable. Yeah, I'm playing the PS4 version, Cody. I'm playing the PS4 version on my PS5. Samurai Jack, thanks for the follow. I'm gonna block the Exemplar as opposed to the Motorist because I'd prefer to not have this die to stomp. I have a Braid in against me? That's brutal. I guess it kills Gearhulk, so that's good. Let's play this out. Get this charging up. I can cycle. Then whether this is a 3 or a 1, it still trades with Motorist evenly, so seems fine. I don't know that I really would fit this deck into a strict mold anywhere, Jeff. I agree with you, it doesn't really quite fit control or tempo in the strict way that we usually define those things. Okay, so I'm gonna crack Ratchet Bomb here to kill their Bone Crusher Giant. Don't touch that dial. It's not a problem with your speakers, chat. Dance Magic Arena letting us know it's probably time to restart. Hey-yo. I say hey-yo. Gearhulk, come and win the game. I say gear, I say Hulk, I say gear, Hulk. Do 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 do. Okay, so I'm gonna Epiphany, but I am not going to counter their spell, because I want to be able to rewind the next spell they play this turn. So I'm going to bounce this, copy this, I draw a card, and then my token Gearhulk here is going to cast Rewind, which will then leave me Rewind in my hand available to cast on their follow-up. Listen, chat, I don't think this deck we're playing is very good, but it's like the biggest brain pile of bullshit I've played in this format, and it's incredibly satisfying to play. If you want to feel smart, chat, let me tell you about this deck. Metafuse, 625 months, welcome back. I don't know that, like, this feels, like, busted or super good in terms of power level, but, like, in terms of, like, what's going on here, it's very tricky and satisfying. Pulls out the whiteboard. I mean, to a degree, like, someone saying it's better to be proactive rather than reactive in Historic, that's true to a degree, but, like, I mean, these cards are, like, relatively proactive. Like, one of the things that, like, I like about this deck is we have the ability to kill people. Now, one thing, I see people talking about crafting Gearhulks. The Gearhulks aren't optional in this deck. The Gearhulks and Sublime Epiphany are what make this deck tick, so, like, if you want to play this, you're gonna have to offer up 4 Mythic Wild cards on the altar. It hurts, chat. It hurts. Okay. Okay. So we go tapped land, pathway, growth spiral, tapped land, spike and untapped green, play Nightpack. Hey, Binko Sue, thanks for the 29 months. Welcome back. Good morning. Samurai Jack, thanks for the follow. Missed that one a few minutes ago. It's not the untapped green I wanted for Christmas. This does mean that Hinterland Harbor could be an untapped green next turn, though. So it gives us some more outs to draw to, which is nice. Assume we're gonna lose the Ambusher here. They could be greedy and try and leave us stranded without green mana. That's fine. This card's Hinterland Harbor, so if they do that, we're gonna get to punish them. Nah, I like this is smart on the opponent's part. You just take the card that kills them. The answer is you should have already crafted Gearhulks from the last meme deck Jeff played with them. Big mood. Big mood. This is not. I think this is actually our first time registering 4 Gearhulks, though. We played some kind of medium 3 Gearhulk decks in the past. I'm pretty sure I had to craft a 4th when I loaded this one up. If I recall correctly. Alright, if we find an untapped land here, we have Sublime Epiphany up next turn, which is nice. Just Guy Bloodstone was on 4. Is it?
In my light.
Urian version of Just Guy 4. Okay, that might be correct. It's not a terrible draw. Okay. Send this back from whence it came. Goodbye, friend. Blue Gearhulk is a cryptic command away from being meta. Big mood. Second Scrap Heap is an interesting play into my Ratchet Bomb. I guess they want me to Ratchet Bomb these rather than their 3s, but that seems pretty good for me, right? So I get to hit this here, and then this cleans these out. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this now so there's no trickery. And then this can attack into this next turn. Demolisher! Thank you for the 16 months. Good morning. How do we feel about counter this, bounce Gideon, make a Brazen Borrower? I think I'm kind of into it. Look at all the arrows, chat. You know it's sweet because there's a lot of arrows. Their last card's a removal spell here. We could end up in a medium spot. Yeah, that's unfortunate. At least their board's clear this turn. It's not the Gearhulk I wanted for Christmas. That's a good suggestion, Jareth. That's true. Yeah, is this a hard cast Shark Typhoon? I think it is, right? We've got 2 spells that trigger it in hand. annoying, but not the end of the world. Yeah, we're like a Gearhulk or an Epiphany away from this going insane, right? Or another Typhoon. Kraken Null, thanks for the 24 months. Welcome back. Ratchet Bomb's been really good in this set too. The start's really sweet. I've played this card in a ton of bad blue-red decks in Modern, believe it or not. To the surprise of few. Yeah, they make this indestructible's the problem. We're definitely bouncing something. The question is what? I think it's just Chad, right? And then I think I use my life total as a bit of a resource again here and go to 5. So the problem with, like, Blaststone could crack for 2, but the problem with cracking it for 2 is it kills my Ratchet Bomb. That might still be the play, though. That doesn't kill Gideon, though, right?
Your light will cleave the darkness.
Well, if I bounce the heart, they just replay the heart and they can crew the heart with Gideon. Is the problem with that line. They can remove a loyalty counter from Gideon to crew the heart. Is the one people always forget. All right, the game has ended. Our opponent has lost.
That's enough.
Yeah, but that leaves me dead on the backswing, Thorbrand. You're right, I could have taken the Gideon out of play, but then I'm dead on board.
I will lend you my strength.
You tell me to be quiet. Oh, it's so delicious, chat. It's so delicious. Is this Splinter Twin? Maybe? Nom nom nom. Let's do a wrap up here real quick, and then we'll kick the memory leaking, noise losing pile of stuff that we have. That's sweet. You know, like I said, I feel like the one issue it kind of felt like we had was there were definitely games where It felt like we had Gearhulks and we didn't have good things to flash back. Well, his deck played Memory Lapse. Yeah, probably over Quench. Memory Lapse is probably better than Quench. Like, Shark Typhoon was really good in that last game, but I feel like this is probably the only slot I could fit more things into this deck that filled that role. Maybe, what are the... There aren't any other blue instants worth playing that are lands too, right? Huh. Is this card terrible? Like, I'm looking at this deck and I'm like thinking I don't really have enough spells that I can target proactively. So like maybe we could fit like, I don't think we have enough hits for vision in the deck. This could be okay. As something worth flashing back. Warrant Warden. That's kind of cute. So one of the things you could do, the way Gearhulk's templating works, is you can target Warrant Warden because Warrant is an instant, but you can cast the Warden half of it. I actually don't hate this idea. This seems like a card worth trying. Yeah, like, this deck definitely wouldn't mind having more things that play to the board early against the creature decks, and the fact that it's kind of proactive with the Gearhulks is nice. Why not Commit to Memory then? Because Commit to Memory is a 4-mana card. Also, like, the each player draws 7 isn't really something we're super interested in doing. The problem with the Gearhulks that I'm having is that I want more things I can play proactively with the Gearhulk then, is the issue. I don't know if you necessarily need white mana. Ooh, that's another good... I actually like that suggestion a lot too. Good hits in chat today. Illumination could be a card worth trying and looking at, because you get to cycle this early so it's a cantrip, and then this is something you proactively don't mind Gearhulking back. Yeah, I mean, like, this was a standard classic, right? Like, this card was legal with Gearhulk in standard. I think that's probably the best suggestion. Because I like this a lot. It's like good. And again, you just like this deck with Nightpack and Gearhulk. We're not like a full-on do-nothing control deck with this deck. We want to be tempo-y and proactive in situations. But I also... So I want cards that I can flash back proactively with this. And again, the people are suggesting Commit to Memory. That's not really a card you play proactively. Whereas Illumination is a card you can flash back proactively to get your Gearhulk into play for value when your opponent's not playing into your reactive stuff. Because the thing you want to be able to do with a deck like this is, okay, my opponent doesn't play into my open mana, I use my mana and commit pressure to the board and then untap and have my mana again. So yeah, I think Illumination, maybe over Shark Typhoon. I know the Shark Typhoon was like good in spots there. Maybe... Honestly, Jwari Disruption was kind of medium. I could see giving up these for cantrips. Well, like, cantrip's not exactly the same as a land. It's similar in some situations. Yeah, this and this definitely feel like the weak slots. I think Illumination sounds like a very reasonable suggestion. All right. At any rate, if you missed this set, it'll all be up on my YouTube later. We played this deck for almost 2 hours. It was gasoline. We're going to shift